Kendrick Lamar just set the internet on fire with his Super Bowl performance, but what if I told you that there was a lot more to it than just meets the eye? Since the announcement dropped in September, the hype for a Super Bowl show has been insane, and now that it's finally happened, fans can't help but dissect every moment of it. But while most are focused on the spectacle of the show, something a lot deeper is at play. This wasn't just any halftime show, it was a statement. Packed with symbolism, hidden messages, and thought-provoking visuals, Kendrick used the stage as a canvas for something far bigger than just entertainment. In this video, we're breaking down the real meaning behind his performance, decoding the subliminal messages, and uncovering why this could go down as one of the most powerful Super Bowl halftime shows ever. Let's get into it. Let's start with some of the foundational details of this show. Maybe not the flashiest, but still important, one of the things that caught people's attentions right off the bat was Kendrick's A chain. Some fans thought that this could be a subtle jab at Drake in the form of a reference to the A minor line from Not Like Us, or in a reference to Drake's real name Aubrey. While that theory isn't far-fetched, I think this is a lot more about getting exposure for his media and production company, PG Lang. Kendrick founded PG Lang in 2020, and his company focuses on music, film, television, and creative production. If you look at their branding, they've always used this lowercase a in their merch, and so it's more likely that this was simply a brand promotion rather than a direct shot at Drake. But then again, this is Kendrick we're talking about, and he knows good and well that every little move he makes will be some point of discussion to connect this to his ongoing feud with Drake. So if he can hit two birds with one stone, then why not, right? Kendrick's performance wasn't just about the music. It was packed with tons of layered messages. But he wasn't the only one to convey this message, because alongside him, in one of the funniest moments of the 2025 Super Bowl was Serena Williams. During Kendrick's performance, Serena Williams did her iconic crip walk, which she did 13 years prior during her Olympic win. And fans were quick to speculate that this was a petty but calculated jab orchestrated by Kendrick at Drake, especially given Serena's history with him. For those of you that don't know, Serena and Drake dated back in 2015. Their apparent romance started making waves when paparazzi caught them openly on a date at a restaurant in Cincinnati. And even before that, Drake was spotted a number of times front row at Serena's matches, further pushing these dating rumors. But whatever they had didn't last, and while the reason for their fallout wasn't public, we do know that Drake later took a shot at Serena's husband, Alexis Ohanian, completely out of the blue. In 2022, on his Her Loss album with 21 Savage, Drake dropped the bar in the song Middle of the Ocean. The bar goes, "Sidebar, Serena, your husband a groupie. He claimed we don't got a problem, but no boo, it's like you coming for sushi." That was a straight diss to Alexis and Serena, and she definitely wasn't too happy about it. Her husband Alexis, though, handled it like a champ and proudly embraced the groupie label on Twitter while showing the entire world what a good husband and father he was. While Serena's crip walk during Kendrick's performance might have seemed like a lighthearted moment, it was actually a symbolic and powerful clap back at Drake, especially given their history and the fact that both Serena and Kendrick come from the same hometown. Unsettled beef always finds a way to resurface. What could be a more iconic way to point a middle finger to Jay-Z than Serena dancing happily to the national anti-Drake anthem on one of the biggest stages in the entire world? Kendrick and Serena weren't alone in making a statement, because SZA was on stage as well, adding a whole nother layer to the message. And here's something that a lot of people might have missed. SZA and Drake actually dated back in 2009. That means that both SZA and Serena, two women from Drake's past, were now part of a performance centered around a song that openly disses him. Coincidence? I think not. Just look at Kendrick's expression when he locks eyes with the camera right as he says the line, "Say Drake, I hear you like 'em young. You better not go to cell block 1. It's no surprise Kendrick looks happier than a kid at a candy shop here, because this is his first solo Super Bowl debut and he gets to diss his biggest rival of all time. So most people caught onto the obvious, the chain, Serena and SZA, as well as all the sly shots at Drake. But Kendrick's Super Bowl set wasn't just about putting on a show. This was a masterclass on how to make a political statement, layered with meanings that ties back to the themes he has explored throughout his entire career. The performance kicked off with Samuel L. Jackson introducing Kendrick, but this wasn't just some regular intro. Jackson was dressed as Uncle Sam, a character that basically is the poster child of the US government, and in Kendrick's eyes is the personification of unchecked power and control, the system that Kendrick has always been trying to fight. Throughout his entire career, Kendrick has always been vocal about racial inequality, financial struggles, and the systems that America has always embraced that has kept the black community at a disadvantage. He expressed this in his songs too. One powerful example is from his 2015 album To Pimp a Butterfly, which was built around these issues. The track Wesley's Theory specifically where Uncle Sam is portrayed as a smooth talker, convincing young black artists to adopt hyper-consumerism as a symbol of success, only to trap them in a cycle of reckless spending and financial ruin. In this song, Kendrick spits, "Anything. See, my name is Uncle Sam. I'm your dog. You can live at the mall. I know you're kind. That's why I'm kind. Don't have receipts? Oh man, that's fine. Pay me later. Wear those gaiters. Cliche? Then say, your haters." The Wesley in question here is Wesley Snipes, a Hollywood star who was flying high before losing it all overnight after failing to pay millions in taxes. Kendrick uses his downfall here as an example of how the system ensures that black artists, athletes, and entertainers are all set up to fail. Lured into lavish lifestyles, denied financial education, and then punished severely when they slip up. Kendrick's message is clear. The system feeds off black success, but never truly lets wealth stay in black hands. It offers money, status, and luxury, only to pull the rug out when people step out of line. So when Samuel Jackson showed up as Uncle Sam, it wasn't just for the theatre, it was a direct reminder of this reality. Even on one of the biggest nights in entertainment, Kendrick made sure to remind us that the same forces he's been calling out in his music are still very much at play. Kendrick standing on the Super Bowl stage represents a double-edged sword, because it was this very industry that helped him rise to fame, and it's the same one that dictates the rules of the game. His performance wasn't just about the music, it was a deeper critique of how the entertainment world operates. Kendrick wanted to make sure his point was heard, and even more when Jackson, as Uncle Sam, butted himself into the act, saying, "Too loud, too reckless, too ghetto." This was another powerful use of subliminal messaging to show how black voices are monitored, restricted, and turned into a product. How Kendrick is allowed to be successful, but only on their terms. The message? Make it big, but don't outshine the master. Speak your mind, but don't question the system that gave you this opportunity. Stay in your lane, but follow the unspoken rules. Kendrick has always been aware of this balance, being critical of the system while reaping immense success as a result of it. On the Super Bowl stage, one of the most watched events in the world, the final message he's sending out is this. He knows exactly what's going on and just how much real power he actually has. This actually ties directly into the rivalry between Kendrick and Drake, because this rivalry runs deeper than just rap. It's a battle of ideologies. It's yin and yang. Unlike Kendrick, Drake has never been seen as a visionary or a challenger in the industry. Instead, Drake effortlessly molds himself to fit every trend, every cultural wave, and every industry shift without ever truly challenging the system. At its core, this isn't just a clash of two artists. It's authenticity versus industry conformity, rebellion versus acceptance. Kendrick has built his entire career on questioning the system, exposing its flaws, and refusing to play by its rules. Meanwhile, Drake embodies the industry's perfect artist, commercially appealing, widely accessible, and free of any controversy. While Kendrick has always stood as the voice of the people, outspoken, critical, and unwilling to succumb. Drake simply represents the polished, marketable figure that the industry thrives on. Many have written their rivalry off as just another rap beef, but it's actually much bigger than that. Because when Kendrick took center stage at the Super Bowl, the most watched entertainment event in America, he didn't just aim at Drake. He took aim at everything that Drake represented. His performance was a statement about how the industry uplifts those who follow its script, while suppressing those who dare to challenge it. And with Not Like Us blasting through the speakers, Kendrick made sure his message was impossible to ignore. Not too long after, before performing Peekaboo, Samuel Jackson said, "I see you brought your homeboys with you. The old culture cheat code. Scorekeeper. Deduct one life." And at first glance, you'd think that this is just another casual remark about Kendrick bringing his team and community on stage. But remember, here he was playing the role of Uncle Sam, the one embodiment of institutional power. It took on a deeper, more condescending tone, and it was as if the industry itself was acknowledging black culture's dominance in the entertainment industry while simultaneously reducing it to a mere tool or just a loophole to gain success. This reflects a long-standing pattern. Black creativity is the driving force behind music, fashion, and pop culture, yet the industry continuously repackages it to be a more palatable form for mainstream consumption. Black artists are expected to set trends and push the culture forward, but when they lean too far into their truth, too raw, too real, and too unapologetically black, the system pushes back. Jackson's words as Uncle Sam weren't just a clever transition. They subtly called out the way the entertainment machine exploits and commodifies black artistry, accepting it only when it fits within the system's boundaries. Then there was the striking visual of Kendrick's dancers, all dressed in white. And in typical Kendrick fashion, this was no random wardrobe choice. The sight of a unified group moving in sync while he performed Not Like Us, a track that directly challenges Drake, an artist who plays comfortably within the industry's rules, was layered with lots of meaning. White robes for a long time have been associated with the Ku Klux Klan, or the KKK, a symbol of systemic oppression and racial power structures, something that Kendrick has critiqued throughout his entire career. Beyond that, the imagery could also be a nod to the NFL's turbulent relationship with race, particularly in the wake of the Colin Kaepernick controversy. The league in itself has long been a tightly controlled space, strategically selecting when and how black voices are amplified. But Kendrick flipped the stage into a statement, a confrontation, a reminder that while the game may be rigged, he sees it for what it is. Another interesting point was just before Not Like Us kicked off, Samuel Jackson, in the form of Uncle Sam, delivered another line. That's what America wants. And this wasn't just another dramatic cue, it was an embodiment of the censorship of black artists for generations. Uncle Sam, representing said powers, was essentially saying, stay within the lines, give them what they expect and don't push too far. But Kendrick cut him off. Instead of compliance, he exploded into Not Like Us, and this was definitely the most defying moment of the entire show. This was a perfect metaphor for how outspoken black voices have been historically suppressed, through media blackouts, industry blackballing, or even worse. The entertainment industry embraces black artistry when it's entertaining, but when it becomes disruptive, it's seen as a problem. And while other groups are allowed to be vocal and passionate, black expression always seems to be labelled as aggressive or threatening. But Kendrick refused to be silenced. The moment Uncle Sam tried to rein him in, he went louder, bolder, doing exactly what they didn't want him to do. And then there was the show's finale, TV Off. The title itself sends a pretty clear message. Shut out the distractions, snap out of the illusion. The Super Bowl is America's biggest spectacle, a massive corporate-driven event where billions are poured into ads and entertainment just to keep people engaged. It's an opulent distraction that's designed to keep people away from real-world issues that don't disappear once the screens go dark. And by ending with TV Off, Kendrick delivers a final mic drop moment, urging the audience to wake up, see beyond the glitz and glamour, and realize the bigger picture at play. This performance was just another one of Kendrick's masterpieces. The most impressive thing about this entire performance was Kendrick's ability to articulate his deepest thoughts and visions, and further cements how great of a visionary he is in the rap industry. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that subscribe and like button and let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'll see you guys in the next one.